Rock wants to see it. I can only watch so many Tennessee Williams films, you know? I mean,
You know what it is? Yeah, but you know what it is? I am just, because listen, I have moments. I have moments of like, this person came on my show and blah, blah, and we had a nice chat. And like, look, I know what I'm doing. So when there's a viral headline of something, it's like, I did this. Like, I did this too. It's funny, like Brooke Burke just did an interview and they were talking about my interview with her where she called Tyra a diva. Like, that went all over. Like, they were just talking about it. And Brooke is like, Jesus. So it's like when something like that happens, like, look, I feel bad that, but again, I have a weird.
You do. You really, because I listened to that interview and I wouldn't have picked that line to, but you have, I really do want you to be my PR person.
Listen, cancel me, guys. Please cancel me, because I am starting a PR agency behind the scenes when you do. So that's why maybe like Bethenny, I don't give a fuck. I got my exit plan, but this show ain't going nowhere anytime soon. But here's the deal. I feel, so my point to answer your question, no, I don't feel guilty. I don't think you should. I have a weird thing. Like, look at what producers do to all these people. Like, I just have a weird thing of like, everybody has a job. And look, there are some jobs you could argue are more contributing to society, teachers and firemen. But I just feel this is the job I'm doing and I'm great at my job. And that is like, my goal is not to like ruin a life on a daily basis, but no, if you went in the direction of having people on throwing tin cans, and admitting that they're baby daddy times 12, if that's your job, baby, I say just be the best version of you in your career. And then you turn it off. Like, you don't know me. You don't know me when I'm not working, just like the reality stars say. Like, parts of, but I can turn it on and off. I'm a Gemini. Work is work, and I will always be successful in what I do, period. So I think if you want to go have people throw tin cans,
I mean, I've had people on that sun their buttholes for energy. I've had people on that have sex with chandeliers. They're married to a chandelier. I've had a guy that was a porn star that's now a pastor. I mean, I have a thing for the I don't know. I don't want to call them odd, because I love that people live outside the box. Like, I mean, can you imagine openly fucking your chandelier and then like coming on a show? I mean, that to me is like I want to see you have sex with a chandelier. I'm kind of weird like that. Like,
I don't even know how you find these people. Like, that's really where my mind is going. Like, I mean, first of all, man, like, guys, enjoy Behind the Velvet Rope, because I would want to take this over, because I'm going to go start a whole nother show and talk about people that fuck their chandeliers. That sounds fun.
I mean, I don't know. I love the extreme. I love the extreme. So anyway, fantastic job this week. Reminds me all the reasons I love teaming up with you. And it all started by an email, sweet email from David Yontef. Do we want to do a podcast exchange? And we've been friends now for over a year.
Look at me being aggressive back in the day. Back in the day when I sent my own emails. The simpler times, guys. Okay, is that how this whole started? Because I don't even remember. No, really, when I started, it was like grassroots, like, in business, what you don't know sometimes works in your favor. Like, I just used to reach out to people like, hey, Countess Lou. I mean, I knew Luann, so that's a bad example. But like other people now, it's like I have a whole team. Like, I would never reach out to someone direct now, really.
And do you know how few podcasters do that? You are, I think you, and maybe I've been doing podcasting 6 years, and I have a top, not as high as yours, but I have a top trending podcast show. And I would say only 3 people, you being one of those 3, have ever reached out and said, hey, you want to do like a podcast switch? And it's like, I was so impressed with your email. I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, because most people just want to be on your show and then they don't want you on theirs, which is hysterical to me, of all levels, right? And I'm like, that never made any sense to me, because how do you know where I'm going to be? And if I make it, do you think I'm really going to not like remember the fact that you wouldn't put me on your podcast because you didn't think I was at the same level or some shit, but you wanted to be on mine?
I say that all the time. And just to double down, because we pissed off someone about trashing other Bravo podcasts, I'll double down on trashing them. The reason why that you don't get emails like that, it's called in fucking security. These people, I've never seen a group of people like these other Bravo podcasters that it's insecurity. They can't say, what it's like, that's what it is. Of course, they want to be on your show to advertise how great they are. God forbid you go on their show. Right. They think you're their, honey. I remember every single name of someone who wasn't like with me in the beginning, and like, you ain't coming on this show. So to that bitch that I pissed off, let me double down and you go take that in your miserable fucking life. God, I am feisty today. Can we just that's Bethenny. I mean, did you listen to her podcast? Because I haven't, and that's no shade. I haven't. I just don't listen to podcasts.
I will, because I have listened to Jess B, the other podcast show, which was also, I thought, very, very successful, which maybe is probably why Rewives. No, I read this week, Andy Cohen's thoughts on it, which he was a little bit surprised as well. Of course, Andy is a genius. So anybody, Andy wants everybody doing a Bravo podcast because it just helps Andy, right? I mean, the more people talking about it, the more it helps Andy. So, but his take was very diplomatic. I think we know that they are still friends, and it was like, well, I was a little surprised because, she's kind of said she's not really into Housewives. But then when I thought about it, I thought, oh my God, good for Bethenny, good for me, genius. And of course, I'll give them credit, 2 T's in a pot. I mean, that's changed actual Bravo people going and starting their own successful podcast. And it had happened before, but they really brought it to the next level. So, Bethenny's a smart businesswoman, and she sees the writing on the wall. And clearly from our 1-star reviews this week, she has diehard fans that are defending her. So I haven't, but I definitely will listen. She also dropped a nugget about Sonja and Alex McCord. Bethenny on her first episode alleges that she overheard producers saying that they were going to fire Sonja. They were going to fire Alex McCord. I don't know if she went on to say that she helped save their jobs, but she
went
does.
On to say that she actually got a lot of pushback on that from people of like, girl, like, get over the God complex. I don't know about Alex. She definitely went on to say that she saved Sonja's job, that she, in a scene, ignited Sonja, like, wait, this woman, her name is Tinsley, she lives with you, she came back to town, now she's getting flowers. And she said Sonja was poor and broke and destitute and out and down, and here's this girl who uses you, right? Sarah's like, okay, well, I mean, it's true.
I believe all that, yeah.
I mean, that's all true, I mean, and then Tinsley like gets the flowers and stays with you, and now she's like, so she said she ignited that spark. And the reason Sonja went off on Tinsley all season and never stopped talking about it was because of Bethenny. And the producers even said, wow, girl, you saved, Sonja's job. And I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, she pretty much went on to say that. So, and then she got pushed back, and she's like, and Sonja, guess what? She'll be fine that I'm saying this, because Sonja knows that I know the truth, that I'm always right.
I did actually read last night when I was scrolling through all the Bravo news. I did read that they caught up with Sonja. I think the Post did. And Sonja basically said, I love Bethenny. And that was kind of it. Like, maybe it was true, but I love Bethenny. And that was it.